Ooh. It's okay, it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Kopi talk.
Yeah, it's like,
This is Thai.
it's damn sweet, is it?
Yeah, it's very
Oh,
sweet.
damn, okay.
Luckily, you got Thai. Oh my goodness.
Hello guys, my name is Rizky from Creative All and welcome to Creative Kopi Talk. Today, I'm really honored to have one of the most recognizable faces in the events industry in our tiny office. I think she's probably the busiest MC at this point of time, so the fact that she came down to our office to do this talk, I think it's an honor for us. But I know that I don't think I should even do these introductions. I do believe she can do her introductions much better. So thank you, Sharina, for coming.
No, thank you for having me. And this office is not tiny, it's cozy. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining us on the first episode of A Creative Alt Kopi Talk. And I'm Sharina Bynes. I'm a virtual presenter, MC and choreographer. And I'm very happy to be here. But hey, thank you very much for bringing me here. I'm very excited to be here on your first episode.
Nice, thank you. Thank you, Sharina. And of course, I'm always excited whenever I meet you, right? Because we used to meet time to time at events. Like, in fact, maybe almost all events that we have shot, I always see you.
Oh.
So and that's really amazing because whenever I see you on stage, I think it's kind of empower us.
Oh.
It kind of gives us like, oh, Sharina is here, so I think we can have the mood, right, to shoot for the day. Like. So I think there are a lot of things that many of us creatives, right, regardless whether you want to become a professional MC or not, or just someone in the industry, or someone who are thinking of entering the industry, can actually learn from someone like Sharina. And one thing that I really appreciate from her is the fact that I don't see her make mistakes. And we all know that in the live events, everything is one time only, right? So there's no like, if you look at my YouTube channel, you know I need to cut so many times. But whenever I see Sharina on stage, it's just like, that's it, and she can do it. You've been doing this for how many years?
12 years.
12 years, wow.
Yes,
Okay.
and you are right actually, because for live events, it is one take wonder.
Wow.
I mean, you only have one chance, correct? It's live, it's right there and then, and you just have to capture the moment and do your best.
Wow. Oh. I want to start with something first actually. Like, I do believe like MCing, in fact becoming a freelancer in general, right? Becoming like a self-employed person in general. I think it's quite challenging to start. But so I want to hear, I met you so many times but I never asked you before. So I want to know, how do you actually start? Is it something that you've been wanting to do for a long time that you happen to start? Or just like happens that someone give you opportunities and just go for it?
Okay, so when I was young, I always knew I wanted to do something that's in front of the camera. And I wanted to be like a performer, like a musician. But unfortunately, I cannot sing. So the next best thing I can do is... I cannot sing. The next best thing I can do is host or dance, right? So I work on my craft. I graduated with media and communication. And then I did public relations. So I write a lot of articles and I didn't really like it.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I joined the sister company which did events. So I was like, okay. And I was being exposed to many events out there. And I thought, I think I can do what this person does on stage. I mean, like, in my dream, when I was a child, I wanted to be on stage anyway, right? Yeah, so I watched and learned, and I had some good mentors, and from events, I had that background, and then I come out and do my own thing, and I'm very happy that I made that decision.
Wow.
Yes.
So you will actually work for a company that happens to do events.
Correct.
Then you happens to chance to host one of the event campaign.
Correct. More like voiceover. So I started out doing voiceover first, and then I did stage events. And you know, as you oil your gears, you get to be more exposed to things. You get more daring to try more new things.
But when was the time whereby you decided to like, okay, I want to do this full time. I want to jump into this full time, become a full time self-employed.
Oh, once I quit my job, I went full time. Yes. So okay, I think I can do this on my own. It was very difficult moment because everybody was against it. Because being in a Singapore culture, your parents or your your family members will always say, why would you want to go something that is so uncertain when you have a proper job, you have CPF that you can buy your house with, you can climb the corporate ladder. I have no problem climbing the corporate ladder, but the problem is that going to be my passion? Am I going to enjoy what I like? Or what I'm doing? So I thought, just, throw myself out there.
So it's like pretty much a leap of faith. Just go for it.
Yes, it is a leap of faith.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
You're not waiting like you close 5 events, an example, then you jump for it kind of thing.
No.
Wow, okay, that's amazing. But I do believe it's a good decision because you've been doing it for many years.
Thank you.
And to say that, I don't think you want to look back to that anymore.
No, but no, I would not. I would not want to exchange what I've done in the past for anything.
When you are pursuing like any types of passion or career, there always be challenges.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely, right?
Yes.
I mean, of course, I'm going to talk about COVID, of course, right? But I think before that, regardless whether COVID or not, you probably face many challenges like dealing with clients, an example, and last minute job like someone like me asking you to come down 2 days before kind of thing. So is there any like challenges that I wouldn't say that make you almost give up?
You are your one person. And you are your one person, you're handling this business on your own.
Yeah.
So not only are you hosting or emceeing, but you also have to do a background research. So in a way, you're like a research analyst.
Yeah.
And then you have to have customer service in your blood because you have to account service the client, right? And then after that, you have to invoice them and make sure you keep track of the payments and stuff. And then, which means you are a bookkeeper. So you are actually holding many jobs as a self-employed person in the hosting industry. You could also be, I'm sure, like a photographer themselves. They will also face the same thing. They have to do account servicing. They have to do background research, and then they have to manage their finances as well.
Yep, that's true, that's true. So I think that's one of the most challenging thing about self-employed, right? I mean, beside the fact that you have to hone your skills, right? But there are a lot of other aspects of stuff that you need to actually learn. Right?
Correct.
I want to ask about COVID, of course. Like I think most of us, before we decided to meet up, I think we discussed about something interesting whereby both of us call ourselves COVID event survivor, right? Yes. Because I think we managed to somewhat thrive during the COVID period of time. What did you do actually back then?
Pivot really, really fast. I went from live presenting to screen presenting. So I'm now a screen presenter. I do live stream events. I also conduct fitness classes online. Can you imagine, you go for a fitness class, you conduct it in a gym, in a dance class, but now you have to do it online. So you really have to be really quick on, just changing your angles or try to get your audience understand you through a screen. So it's pivoting, right?
Right. So I think it's kind of, if I were to translate, it's more like you understand your own skills, right?
Correct.
Then you try to fit anything that is available at this point of time kind of thing.
Yes. Right. You just try to put yourself and fill up the gaps, fill up the holes, and try to make something out of it.
Yeah. I do believe this is something really important for all of us, the creatives, right? Because I believe this kind of pandemic, okay, touch wood, of course, but I do believe something like this will happen again, right? Be it like the pandemic happens again, or even just the fact that some of our jobs may be obsolete next time. So I think by understanding your own skills and experience, right, you can translate to something else. I think that's what you did last time.
Yeah, you have to understand your strengths, you need to understand your resources that you have, the people that you can connect with, whoever you want to network with, and just leverage on the situation. I realized, right, during this COVID situation, a lot of people were like, oh my goodness, why must this happen? My business is dying, blah, blah, blah. But I realized not once did I complain. I mean, yes, I feel like...
scared, I would say. No,
but I mean, I feel like my finances were a bit tight, right? All of us face this, especially when we lose 99% of the events, correct? But the thing is, what can you do about it? Not wallow and not be in self-pity, you know?
Yeah.
So you just have to take that step forward sometimes, explore what's new, and be brave enough for challenges that comes your way.
Right. So rather than like focusing on the problem, you try to find what can you do about it,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
Don't dive into it too far.
Correct, yeah.
Amazing. But I also believe that you actually did a lot of things for people back then. Like I was one of the lucky one, but we were the one who edits your first video on live stream, I believe.
Oh, wow!
Just the time when the events company that we
Yes.
were happens to be work together with, the
Yep.
Under Productions, right? I think you helped them to do the sample, if I
Yes.
understand correctly.
Yes.
So I think another aspect maybe that I can highlight from your side, that you always be willing to help people around you.
Correct. Never be stingy about information. Never be stingy with your time if you can afford it. Because at the end of the day, you want to improve everybody's life. You want to create positivity in the world, right? And you want to just be a better version of yourself. And if you can impart your skills or share something so that another person or more than one people or more than one person can be better through your information on what you have to offer, why not?
Wow, okay,
Yeah.
amazing. The next thing that I want to ask is about preparations. I think this is one aspects that I always respect from yourself and some of the other. I wouldn't just say for MCs, but I think performer in general. Do you guys ever watch any of my YouTube video or even like watch my webinars and example? You know, I make a lot of mistakes. So most of the time when I record my own videos, I will need to do multiple takes and then cut it as if it's okay. But if I look back, it's actually not. But if I look at Sharina's on stage, right, it's like just hey, and everything is smooth. Right? It's like I don't remember I hear any mistakes from you.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you. But you know, number one thing is never be afraid to make mistakes.
Ah.
Yeah, so that is number one thing. And because you think that it's so smooth, right, the deliverables,
Yeah.
it's because I actually rehearsed before. And that's when I have the time and the luxury to make mistakes.
Right.
So when you see it
Yeah.
firsthand, you're like, oh wow, it's very smooth and everything goes so hand in hand. But it's because of the preparation, like you mentioned,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Preparation is very important prior to an event or a live stream or a live show.
So basically, you rehearse it before the event itself.
I try to. Sometimes I don't have the liberty of time.
Yeah,
But as
yeah.
much as I can, I would like to get my facts right. That's number one. So number one, always always know your content. Right? Know your content, know the relevant information that is detrimental to the show.
Yeah.
Number two is you need to have a sincere presentation.
Yeah.
So sincere presentation, you know, now live stream especially, people just look at the screen, right?
Yeah.
And then in that split second, they decide whether they like you or they don't like you. And it depends on your presentation skills,
Yeah.
how you portray yourself. And I always believe in having a sincere conversation when you are talking to a camera, especially during our virtual events, virtual conferences, virtual live streams. And that's very important. Yeah. And last but not least, body language is very important as well.
Right. So I think you mentioned before we started this video, I was actually doing this.
Yes.
And of course, she scolded me right away.
No, I never stole.
So what does this actually means?
Yeah,
if I
so
do
this, number one, your foot is away from me, which means
Right.
that you might not be as interested, right? But then again, your body is slanted towards me, so that can neutralize it. But then that you have this thing going on, which means you are creating a barrier,
Boundaries.
right? So then it might not be a very open conversation because it will look like you're very dismissive. Yeah.
Okay.
So like I mentioned in virtual shows, very important, the first thing that they see, you need to be open, you need to be welcoming, you need to definitely be sincere. So, you know, having a good smile, it's a plus point. Okay? But if you have an enjoyment smile, that's going to elevate everybody's experience. Okay, so what's an enjoyment smile? So smile, you can see like the corners of your lips goes up, right? But if you are enjoying what you're doing, you can actually see it in the eyes. And the muscles around the eyes contract. And that's when people will perceive you to be more sincere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So the eyes need to light up
Correct, the
this-
eyes. Yeah. So
Yeah,
sometimes,
yeah, yeah.
like, even when you wear masks and
Yeah.
you take photos, people say just smile because we can see it through your
Through the eyes,
eyes.
yeah.
Yeah, even though you can't see the mouth, right? Yeah.
Oh, amazing,
So, yeah, you want to practice that as well. I mean, in general, for our future live presenters. Yeah, why not?
So
Yeah.
basically, not just the expressions, but it's also the eyes.
Yes.
Wow.
And one more thing, can I share with you?
Yeah.
The hands.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
The hands.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you want to greet them openly. You want to be
Yeah.
no barriers, and this shows that you are calm, you are welcoming, and you are ready for them to trust you, and you trust them. A two-way body conversation.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Is there any like ritual that you do? One of my passion in the past was to play music. So on almost every gig, my ritual is to vomit. So
Is to what?
Is to vomit.
Vomit.
Yeah, so whenever I play for like a bigger gigs, whereby I
Wow.
know that there'll be like, I used to play on clubs like.
Nice.
So, but the small gigs is fine. But if I do play for a bigger audience, right, it's really daunting. And I do believe a lot of people, a lot of presenters, an example, they do feel like this.
It's the nerves,
pressure.
is
It's the
it?
nerves, right? But after that ritual, right, I feel completely free.
Oh.
So I don't know whether you have this,
Wow.
something similar to that. And I always believe like I can play better after that. But I know that is maybe placebo effects or some sort. I don't know whether you have something similar.
I need caffeine. So
Who don't? Who doesn't? Right?
yeah. So either like coffee or Red Bull, which is very bad for health. But I do that. Yeah.
Wow.
Other than that, some good music will help. Like one of my favorite tracks. Yeah. So
Before.
Oh yeah, before you start, or
Right.
even before you report to the event, before your call time. Yeah, just to get your mind engaged and ready for whatever challenges that comes your way.
Wow.
Yeah, because I mean, like, you might have the timeline already, but
Yeah.
you never know, things might happen, right?
Oh.
Yeah, just be in the zone,
Oh, be
get
in the zone,
prepared,
yeah.
yes, and be ready for challenges. You just have to keep an open mind.
Wow. But I'm curious, like I'm sure you actually make mistake before, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely. But like, what if like during the events, you mispronounce some VIP's name, like maybe
Okay.
our minister or something? What would you do?
Now, the thing about making mistakes,
Yeah.
right? Whether it's on stage, off stage, in
Yeah.
life in general, is to admit it.
Ah,
That is the number one humanity rule. To me,
yeah, yeah.
you have to admit that you made a mistake. So if I pronounce somebody's name incorrectly, I would just say my apologies, and then I would say it the right way. Or I can go, my apologies for announcing your name incorrectly, but I try my best. You know,
right.
Sometimes people want to see effort,
Yeah, yeah.
right? People like to be acknowledged,
Yeah.
and people will be more forgiving that way.
Okay. So basically, when you make a mistake, just admit it. Don't
Just
try
admit
to
it.
hide it or whatsoever.
Yeah, don't hide it. Yeah, and don't try to smoke through it. But that's me. Yeah, some people might think, oh, it's a small mistake. If it's very tiny and not a lot of people realize it, okay, maybe you can skip through, or you can skim through it. But to me, I think honesty is the best policy.
Wow.
That's what Mama says. Yeah.
So technically, you've been pursuing your passion for 12 years, right?
Yeah.
And you've been traveling with that passion, right?
Yes.
Any what do you call it? Inputs? Sorry, not inputs. It's more like advice lah for the newer creatives out there lah. When they want to start, let's say, making a leap of faith kind of thing. Because one of the things that people tend to ask is that like, I'm thinking of want to be something like this, but is this something that I would want to do? What would you advise? How would you advise that?
My advice would be go with your gut feeling, and if you believe you have it, you will definitely make it through.
Right,
And sometimes it's all about connecting with the right people.
Yeah.
It's all about believing in yourself, your confidence, and very important is not to be complacent. And what you want to do is you always want to improve yourself, your skills, your craft. You want to be a better version of yourself, whether it's on stage, off stage, as a human being. Just self-improvement at the same time.
Wow. Okay. continuous learning actually, right? That's probably
Correct.
one of the words to
Yes, yeah.
understand.
Never be
Yeah.
complacent and never be too um, arrogant or thinking that you made it there, because there will always be people better than you. Yeah.
Ah,
You so just stay humble and do your best.
right, right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. My last question is: we all heard about the news, lah. So I mean, it's a good news,
Party
right?
time!
Everything is opening up
Yes.
apparently. So technically, for most of us, I think we should be quite grateful that we managed to pass through this pandemic safely, lah, in a sense, right? Of course, condolences to everyone who face a challenging time throughout. But what would you like to do after this? Like, are you going to, because we know that live events will come back, will you be concentrating on live events back, or you will be mixing both live and live streaming?
Okay, so when the pandemic happened,
Yeah.
a lot of people went to virtual presenting,
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't like it. But I actually loved it. I love virtual presenting. I love virtual events. At the same time, I'm very happy that live events are back because I also love it. So what I want to do is I want to do both. I want to keep improving on both.
Yeah.
Probably now a bit stale with the live crowd. So I just have to, work on it. And I think once you get the microphone, you're back on stage, you've got the crowd going on, you've got people clapping, you've got everything going on for you. I think it would just come back like how you will never forget how to ride a bicycle. It's the same concept, right?
Right.
So I cannot wait for outdoor events to happen because I love outdoor events.
Yeah.
Plus, outdoor events don't have to wear masks.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So I also understand that you're also a choreographer and a trainer.
Yes.
You want to mention more about that?
Okay, so I used to do a lot of choreography work for corporate events.
Oh,
So I
okay.
will teach like the CEOs or the senior staff, or the senior management staff how to dance and put a choreography, and they will perform, or whether it's for video presentation or sorts. And then that happened, and then pandemic happened, so I maneuver my dance skills to fit the fitness industry. And right now I'm also doing fitness instructing part-time.
Wow.
Yeah, so I teach aerobics.
Wow, amazing. Sounds interesting.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful to be able to do what I do and to be able to pivot and still being able to manage my finances.
Right.
Yeah.
And fits your passion at the same time.
Yeah, I love
think
music.
that's
I love
amazing.
outdoor events, and I cannot wait for more good things to happen to everybody.
Wow, amazing. If you need what should I mention? Like you need an MC, you need
Yes, you're correct. MC or a presenter or a fitness trainer or fitness instructor or a choreographer. I'm here for you, man.
So I wanted to do like this closing myself, but I do believe Sharina will be able to do it better.
No,
So,
this is your show. It's your Kopi talk.
Thank you. Anyway, of course, I really appreciate the fact that Sharina came here to our tiny office here, and it's been
It's
a
not
crazy
tiny, by
time.
the way.
Tiny.
It's not. It's very cozy.
And of course, I always learn a lot of things whenever I spoken to
And
you.
I the same with you.
Thank you so much. So check out Sharina. I will definitely put all her links at the description below. And thank you so much for watching, and I see you next time.
Kopi time.